well so far. It's really exciting to see all the new faces in here and how they're playing in pads, and even the returners. You know, getting the pads again is always exciting. So I'm looking forward to the rest of it.
What's been the message so far this spring?
Just straining and finishing. You know, obviously it's spring and mistakes are going to happen, but just playing with the same physicality that we ended off the year with is probably one of the biggest messages.
How much, it looks like you're getting a lot of reps at guard this spring. I think you got some last season too. When did you first start getting reps at guard?
Around right at the beginning of the season last year. I know last year, preseason, I was playing tackle and switching to guard a little bit, and then leading up to the Clemson game last year, I got they moved me to tight end for a little while, and I was getting reps there, and so I moved all over. But right before the season is where I think I really moved to start.
Is this your first time? I can't imagine you played much guard in high school.
No, I never played guard in high school. Always tackle, left tackle.
Does it feel like maybe that's a home?
At guard?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely. I think wherever I can get a position to play, I can play. At first, I think it was kind of hard getting used to playing so much lower and just playing a different position. But I think now, being there for so long, kind of I'm enjoying it.
Obviously, there's a guard coming back from injury, probably in August or whatever. How do you view, this spring for you in terms of establishing, that they can count on you and that you can find a role?
Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's going to be a very important spring, summer, and even fall for me. But I think as long as I'm playing to the best of my ability and, collectively, I think as long as we're playing as a unit, the best five will be out there.
Xavier, how big was that Tennessee game for you to come in and play some more and step in and get some of those first meaningful reps at guard?
Yeah, that game was huge. It was a huge confidence booster for me. I think playing. That was my first time really, starting a game since the Cincinnati game. So it was definitely nice to be out there again and play an important role and step in for Warren in that game. I think it was huge.
Kirby's, I say a couple times it was be more physical. I mean, you guys, I can't imagine that it can get that physical or guys get hurt out there. What is he looking for when he talks about wanting to see you get more physical? And how much is there to be said about where you played high school versus playing in the South and all that?
Yeah, I think, playing physical, it means, finishing on the play, no matter if you make a mistake or not, finishing, covering down after the play's over, run, sprinting to the ball and finishing. And these are just all important, factors that go into being an elite offensive line. And obviously we had, a couple guys, go to the draft last year. And so we have some spots to fill in. And I think finding that collectiveness and connection between us as an O-line is very important. As from, what was the second part?
Just playing in the South versus,
in the North. Yeah, I mean.
You hear that a lot.
Coming from Rhode Island, man, that's probably the number one thing I hear. Everybody, when I got down here, some people don't even know where Rhode Island's at. So I think, coming where I'm from, it's important to show that, we can ball too. In the North, I know in the South it's a completely different game, but, I'm just glad that I can be an example for other kids that are trying to get out there from the North or New England or anywhere that's not the South.
What do you miss
About Rhode Island? I say friends, family, and food. The three big F's. Yeah, friends, family, food. It's so small that everybody across the state is connected. A 20-minute drive back home, forget about that. I'm not driving 20 minutes, but down here, that's like nothing.
What particularly food-wise?
Food-wise, I'd say lobster. I definitely miss my lobster, my clam cakes. I miss all. It's the seafood, I think. And, I'm half Italian, so I miss my Italian food too. So it's really good.
What do you like about the South?
The South? Yeah. About food-wise or just anything? Food-wise, definitely got good barbecue fried food, but I gotta, as a lineman, I gotta watch my weight with that stuff. But I think people are really friendly and welcoming down here, and I think that was something that surprised me when I got down here, is just how genuine and people are. So,
Xavier,
good.
I'm sorry. Whenever you remember back when you first got here,
Yeah.
you look in the mirror at yourself now. Kind of what goes through your mind?
It's crazy. I was nervous. I was 17 when I first got here. I didn't even graduate high school yet. I came here, took my classes, and then flew back and graduated. And, I was always so worried about what the future was going to be for me here. And, I'm glad. I'm really happy how things worked out and the relationship I built with, my 3 offensive line coaches and Coach Smart over these past 3 years. It's just been an amazing journey.
From a physical standpoint, what about that?
Oh, like my body,
yeah.
body-wise?
That as well.
I was a pudgy little freshman coming in here, man. And, I definitely, wasn't the strongest. So I think getting in that weight room with Coach Sinclair and, meeting every day with Miss Collier, our nutritionist, it was definitely important and vital to my progress as a player. And I think they did an amazing job helping me and, teaching me things that, I didn't even think was important, or even things for my body like treatment. Getting treatment every day is super important, and that's something I think as a freshman I didn't realize was how important nutrition is and treatment is for you. So I think those are some important things.
Can you give an example of how much stronger you are now than maybe say 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Some kind of tangible little number or something you can give about?
Yeah, I'll go with I'll just say talk about my squat. I think my squat's been up probably 150 pounds probably since I've been here over almost 3 years, around 3 years since I've been here, which I think it has a lot to do with where I was coming from and just I don't think we had the best strength and conditioning program coming out of high school and stuff like that. So I think getting here and learning again how important that stuff is really helped me.
Can you say how much you're squatting now, or is that something that top secret?
Right now, I mean, we haven't maxed in a while, but I'm probably right around 500 or so, yeah. Around there, so.
What's your target weight to play at now?
To play at like where I feel comfortable playing? Well, my goal weight right now from UGA is 325 pounds. I feel comfortable playing around 315, but that was again like when I was playing tackle, that was what I was used to. I understand now it's a little different playing guard, things I got to do to my body, but I feel like we've been a lot more conditioned lately than we have been in the past. And I think that's something that really helps. I can play at a higher weight as long as we're conditioned, and we can actually move with that weight. It's fine. So I think that's something important.
And your adjustment to Coach Searels, obviously you've been through a few line coaches now.
Yeah, Coach Searels, he's a great guy, man. It's great having him around, and it was super exciting, getting to meet him. And again, we've, me, Warren McClendon, and a couple of the guys have been through this transition of O-line coaches already. So, we kind of knew a little what to expect in all this, but getting to meet the man and still we're building a relationship with him. He's only been here a couple months, a month or two now. So just continuing to build that relationship with him and the connection between the players and him is going to be good, and I look forward to it.
Xavier, what has the competition been like so far this spring at guard?
Yeah, at guard, I mean, it's been awesome, man. You got dudes leaving like Monte and JD, but you got other guys stepping up like Jalen and Zion Logue, and I think it's been awesome. The physicality is definitely there, and every day iron sharpens iron. These guys are going to be one of the best players in the country again this year, in my opinion. And I think that going against them every day is only going to make us better.
What about with you guys on the line in the competition that you've been looking at?
I'm sorry.
The competition that you've been facing as far as trying to play on the line this year.
Are you talking about like between the O-line?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, whoever's playing the best is going to step up and be in that position. And, I'm not too worried about, competition between the O-line, just as long as me as a player is playing to the best that I can play, and that standard of the Georgia O-line, I'm going to be in there.
You on the left side? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going back and forth, left and right. They'll bump me out to tackle a couple times, so I'm all over the place.
How long ago does that Cincinnati game feel for you, and how much better do you think you are for having kind of gone through that experience?
It feels like yesterday, believe it or not. It really doesn't feel like that long ago. And I think I've gotten a lot better. I think I've improved on a lot of things since that game. In that game, I think I was playing like overweight in that game. I was playing maybe 10, 15 pounds overweight. So I think that was something that was holding me back, And even watching the film and going back, the technical stuff has changed. I think I've gotten a little stronger since that game. So it's just all about improving. I'm going to try to continue to improve.
We're going to have 2 more questions.
Are you on your third offensive line coach since you've been here?
Yeah, my third one, Coach Searels.
How have you taken the Coach Searels with, I guess, fresh eyes on your game, and it's been an experience with him so far?
It's been great so far. I mean, he's an awesome coach. I think he's kind of an old school coach, which is different. I like getting that different personality out of a coach, and like I said, I'm just really excited to keep our relationship growing and improving as it is.
What's the best part about spring drills, and what's the toughest part about the spring drill session?
For me, I think the best part about spring ball is seeing everybody improve. Even if it's just small technical things, and especially the younger guys coming in, seeing everybody get excited and playing with that spark. I think that's one of the best things about spring ball for me, because it's so early in the season. And I think one of the toughest things about spring, trying to keep everybody, I think it's the young guys, keeping their spirits high, keeping them, connected and stuff, because it's tough and they're new to this. They're not really sure how the system works, and this is their first spring ball. So just being there as a mentor and an older guy who's been through 3 spring balls is pretty important. So I think that's one of the hardest things.
Okay, that's all for today. Thanks, y'all.
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.